Say thank you to the chat for reminding me to turn on my recording because I did not say hi. Hi, YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Okay, so we're on our way to Mulani. I'm hoping I can beat Act 2 today. I'm going to try to stay focused. If you don't know Genshin Impact and you're just kind of observing, you have any questions, feel free to ask. I try my best to foster a community that is very open. Genshin Impact is really like playing a big anime. So like we have a lot of Genshin fans in here who would love to clear things up for you if you have any questions as to what's going on. But I'm sure you can piece things together as you watch. I love a citrus. A pineapple, a grapefruit, an orange, a clementine, even a lemon. Like, it's like biting into a juice pop. I'm both scared and excited for the Genshin anime. Oh, girl, you know the girls are gonna get very messy about that. Pineapple's a citrus? It is a citrus, right? Girl, I don't know. I'm a gamer. Okay. Mother put me on. I love this game. It's pretty cool. It's the crazy thing is Genshin is a slow burn, but it's also not at the same time. Like, there's a lot going on, but there's also a lot to get into. Okay, so now we have to get to Mulani. Uh-oh, so how do I get there? Oh, do I have to take this way? Okay, so let's teleport then. It does taste very citric. Trying to eat less like, well, I'm trying to eat more fruit sugars instead of like just putting sugar in stuff. I have a bad thing where like I'm bad at like when it comes to like portion control and stuff. Like I just go all the way with everything like I really can't stop myself unless it's Domino's pizza that gets me sick. But the thing is I finished the whole pizza too before I even felt sick. Like that's how I eat. So I was like, let's incorporate some more fruit. I saw the universe gave me some fruit on sale today, really cheap. I got like 8 oranges for $2. I was like, okay, well that's my candy then this week. I really don't eat anything sweet unless it's chocolate. I wish I could be that way, Pickled. I wish I could be that way. I really don't eat anything unless it's not edible. Okay, less Fawn. Stop trying to get all the things and do the story. Oh my goodness. I don't have the new set, no. I want to finish the story first because I really want to get into this. Like, this is my first time being able to play a Genshin update with the players when it first comes out. So I just want to finish the story first. Like, it's just going to bug me if I don't finish it. When I say Kachina's on her last leg, girl, watch this. This is a Noelle team, baby. Watch.
As a dutiful maid would.
Now she's good. Thoughts on the main story so far? I'm excited to see what the gag is. So right now we've established that Mualani, Kachina, and Kishin are all very likable characters. They're all really pretty. Definitely, like, I'm surprised none of them have been signed to a modeling contract, but it's just because I haven't really gotten a chance to sort of recruit them into the agency. They're really busy with things right now, with like that war with the Abyss and whatever. But we've established that they're all really cool characters. It's a really interesting world. And I think Act 2 is going to be all about giving the gag. To gag the girls. So I'm going to see if I can just go ahead and hop on this drill and just walk over this hill because I was trying to be a good gamer boy and take the path because everyone tells me, Fawn, stop climbing, Fawn, stop climbing. The one time I decide not to climb, it doesn't take me where I need to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and just go here, right? I always rush the Archon quest because spoilers are rarely censored. Yeah, that too. I also want to, if this really impacts me, I'd like to maybe make a video on it. I guess I sometimes say that and I never do. It's just like I'm always open to making a video on something. And I just see an opportunity maybe somewhere here. It's like new, people are talking about it. But first and foremost, I just want to enjoy it. Like I really, I just want to enjoy it, you know? Hi, Comet! A true Capricorn will climb the mountain before they'll ever use the main path. Purr! Love that. Okay, so I'm gonna get this teleport. This area is so cool. Like, I'm so excited to explore it, y'all. I'm so excited to explore it. Excuse me. I'm excited to explore it. I'm excited to get stronger. I want to get Kachina as strong as I can. Speaking of which, I need to remember to pick things up when I see them. There ain't nothing here. I literally took a break from Archon Quest on the night it came out and got spoiled. See? That's why I just keep the Discord open and that's it. I don't look at anything else. Y'all keep me in the loop. I'm trying to get all the seeds out of my orange, but I'm sorry, I'm an organic girly. One of the struggles that I've had with streaming that I'm still learning is what can I eat on stream. I'm sure I can eat anything. I saw Hassan, what's his name? Hassan Piker. I saw him eating a whole sub on stream. I was like, he can only get that. He can only do that because he's hot. Only hot people can eat like that on stream. I can't do that. Thank you for the fun today. Okay, Rhoda. I hope you get some rest. Thank you so much for hanging out. Right, but like even then, it's like you have to think about what the microphone can pick up. I do have this microphone here, but I haven't really figured out a setup for putting it on a stand. I use it for my YouTube videos, but I will eventually start using that for streams, but as you can see, I'm slowly working on updating things. Oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale. Okay, so we finally made it. We have made it to... Oh, okay. Okay. This is where I live!
Here. So this is your home, Mualani? Paimon can't wait to have a look around.
Ooh, Shans! Have fun. Have fun at the gym. I've been thinking of having a second workout today, but I'm trying... I don't know. Maybe I will. And get some yummy food at Whole Foods. Get a snack. Get coconut chips.
See?
The capybara!
A dip in the hot springs after a battle is just the best.
This is Girly Pop
Fetch me a bottle
Springs.
of wine, would you, dear?
Just one? Let's get another. It's still early in the day, isn't it?
I like him. Yeah. Get two.
Want to go to Golden Dusk later?
Now this is a vacation. Absolutely amazing.
Wow, it's so lively around here. Is there some kind of holiday going on?
We try to treat every day like a holiday around here. We believe every day
Oratrice
is worth
mécanique d'analyse
celebrating.
cardinale.
Now, let me show you around.
I don't know about
Where
Miklisha,
to
no.
start? Shochiqui Cattle Records.
I'm sure I'll see her soon.
Kalamchi Plaza. Oh, there's so many options, but I recommend starting with the real highlight around here.
I mean, what could this looks like a girly pop spring, like a girly pop pond, a girly pop ocean, a girly pop beach, a girly pop resort. What else could there be?
The hot springs, of course.
Oh.
Natural hot springs have tons of health benefits. Go for a nice long soak and you're guaranteed a good night's sleep.
Wait, you want us to bathe? Here?
Oh, don't be shy. Come
Paimon,
on,
you
I'll
never
take you to get
bathe. Like, what are you
changed.
talking about? Paimon's over here acting.
Mualani!
She's just confused at the word bathe.
Huh?
Paimon is
Oh,
cleaning yourself.
Auntie Atea!
Please, I've told you that just Atea is fine. Do I look that old to you?
Auntie Atea.
Were you taking these two to the hot springs?
That's right. Oh, let me introduce you. This is the Traveler, and the small one next to her is Paimon. They only just arrived in Natlan, so I'm taking them around to experience our customs.
Hi there!
I know what Mayquisha is, but I honestly, y'all, this update, I expected to see 1 or 2 Mayquishas. Honestly, I'll be real. So I'm not surprised that there's a Mayquisha in here. Hello, Auntie.
I'm Mualani's neighbor, Atea. By the way, Mualani, I heard you lost to Kachina during the pilgrimage. Is that true?
Yeah, I was this close to winning. Oh, definitely not the result I wanted, but still not too surprising. Kachina's always been strong. Anyway, it's all in the past. I'm gonna take these two for a dip in the hot springs. Talk to you later.
Hey, Atina. I know you're like her auntie and all, but please don't talk about my friend Kachina like that, okay? Kachina beat Mualani fair and square, and you coming up in here talking about like that, you really need to think about who's friends with who. I am Kachina's friend. Do not speak on her name like that ever again. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Oh, wait. You'll need swimsuits first.
Hold it right there, young lady. Have you forgotten the rule about bathing in the hot springs?
Rule? Oh, wait, you mean...
There's a rule about bathing in the hot springs?
That's right. Outlanders have to complete a trial at an artificial hot spring before they're allowed access to the natural ones.
Does it have something to do with citizenship? Because last time I asked to do something, y'all told me that I need to become a citizen, and I don't want to pay your taxes.
It's not nearly as scary as it sounds. Basically, natural hot springs have higher temperatures that not everyone can withstand. A few travelers have gotten scalded by the water in the past, so now we have an unwritten rule. All Outlanders need to adapt to the lower temperature artificial springs first.
I could do the hot one. Okay, y'all, if y'all were here, for real, think about it. If y'all were here, could you do the hot one? I could do the hot one. I turn my heat all the way up in the shower. Girl, if I don't feel myself exfoliating in the shower, I don't feel clean. I don't feel clean. I don't feel rested. Like, I could handle the hot one.
But seriously, Auntie Atea,
I'd feel
do we have
cold
to
in the
be
low
so
temperature
strict?
one. I shower
These
in
two are
lava, right?
formidable
Like, it
adventurers.
needs to be
I know they can
hot. Like, it's
handle
just
it.
like, it feels new. Like, I feel brand new when I come out.
Famous
I do a
last
cold
words.
shower for my
The
hair.
hot springs are not to be underestimated. You can never be too careful. Besides, the environment's been unstable lately. Could be a sign that the abyss is about to attack.
Or climate change.
Oh, that sounds dangerous. You know, Paimon's really not all that formidable, so careful is good.
If I can't see myself in the shower, it's not fogging.
Exactly. There will be no excessive risk-taking on my watch. Mualani, take them to the artificial spring first.
Some foreigner went inside of the hot spring and was like burned. Like, hell, like, it must have been bad for them to set this rule.
Okay.
I am excited to finally bathe. You're right, Undyne. We're finally going to bathe Paimon. We're going to have at least like a good week or two of like no
That's
stink.
more like it. And don't try anything funny. I'm heading to the artificial spring in a bit, and if I don't see you there, your days of copping free meals at my place are done.
Not her calling her
Relax,
hungry.
Relax. Oh, by the way, Atea, how have you been feeling lately?
Much better. How else would I have the energy to keep an eye on all you rascals? Hey, you over there! How many times have I told you no roughhousing near the hot springs?
Your baby's going to burn.
Oh, shoot! That weird lady's back again!
Run!
This is like really aesthetic
Stop
though.
right there! Ugh, you need a stern talking to!
She sure has a lot of energy.
You seem really close. Is that your auntie?
She's a legend in our tribe. Everyone knows her. Back before I inherited my ancient name, she was one of Natlan's most renowned warriors, famous for her love of hot springs. In fact, she often threw parties at the hot springs. She referred to anyone who came to these parties as her hot spring buddies. The attendees were all respected
Not that.
warriors like Liliuo,
Hot spring
Kaiulani,
buddies.
Vichama, oh, and the Archon.
If Paimon lived here, she would take advantage of the hot springs too.
No, you wouldn't, girl. Don't lie.
It's just... During battle, she was impaled in the abdomen by an abyssal monster. The doctors managed to save her life, but they made it clear that she could
What
never
two things
bathe
can you
in the
pick,
hot springs
Roses?
again. Abyssal power still exists within her body. Immersing herself in hot water would accelerate the corrosion of her internal organs and the progression of her illness.
So she can't even be in there anymore?
She has so many scars. Paimon had no idea she was so seriously injured.
That's normal. She never talks about her injury. She's
Sandwich
worked
salads or
tirelessly
soups?
over the years to dig up
Oh,
artificial
I don't know.
springs
Get a
so that
panini
more
with
and more
like
people can
chicken. Like
experience
I
our
would get
tribe's
2 paninis with
natural
chicken.
wonders, even though she
They
can't
gotta be
enjoy them
crispy on the
herself.
outside.
I really respect her for that. Anyway, let's head to the artificial springs. If Auntie Atea gets there before us, we're gonna be in some real hot water.
Tomato soup and grilled cheese. You can never go wrong with that. I like broccoli cheddar as well. Can you get that on the deal? Broccoli cheddar, like you can't go wrong. French onion at Panera is pretty good. I used to work at Panera, so I know what's good.
Oh,
Who's this?
that's a great idea. I like it.
See, I told you the chief would
Who's
agree.
that?
Well, let's get moving then. We can't let a word of this slip to anyone else.
Hey, Amina, Hikaru, Marukao. You three seem particularly cheerful today.
Oh, Mulani, you're back. Who are these two?
Hi, my name is I go by the Legendary Blonde. Do you know that? Do you know the Legendary Blonde? I've been in. They talk about me in Mondstadt, Niue, and Inazuma, Sumeru, Fontaine. Hi.
This is the Traveler and Paimon, two very important guests. I wanted to take them to the natural hot springs, but Auntie Atea caught us, so we had to come here first.
Oh, what a coincidence. We were just talking about her.
This character's really cute. I would love that hat. Like I literally want to. I want to go on. I want to go on AliExpress and see if they're making them yet. Like for real. I'm sorry.
Auntie Atea's illness has taken a turn for the better.
The whiter guy has eyeliner. Let's see.
Really? How can you tell?
Okay, so while you've been busy with the pilgrimage, we noticed that she's been visiting the hot springs alone at night. Yeah, specifically the hot springs in the cave to the north of our settlement. I'm sure you know the one. Apparently, she used to go there a lot before they became abandoned for some reason. She could never come into contact with hot water before.
Oh yeah, he does
now
have
she's visiting the
liner.
hot springs every night. I mean, it's pretty obvious what that means, right?
Yeah, so we got to thinking, what if we renovated the abandoned spring behind her back, then threw her a huge surprise party? Chief Amina thinks it's a great idea too. So, you want in?
Of course. How could you even think of pulling this off without me? I'm a little busy right
I
now,
like this
though.
area. I don't really
I'll
like
come find you once we're
beachy,
done at the hot
watery zones. I never really see myself living there, but I could definitely live here. I could live here.
Of course. Take your time. You should focus on our guests for now. These artificial springs are pretty new, but the experience is just as good as the natural ones if you ask me. We really worked
It is
hard
very
on
Final
them,
Fantasy
So,
X.
I hope you enjoy. And you two, I know you want to focus on Atea's surprise, but don't forget your patrol duties in the meantime. The Abyss could have...
You got it, Chief. We'll keep an eye out. You can count on us.
All right, we're off then. See you at the abandoned spring, Mualani.
Right, Rose. Beachy zones are fun in games, but
I'm
not
also
in real
gonna head
life.
out. Have fun!
It's the sand. It's all the sand. Like everything else is fine. It's
Finally,
the
it's hot
sand. I don't like the
springtime.
sand.
Oh, I already arranged swimwear for you guys, by the way. Come on, I'll show you to the change.
Do we actually get to wear something new? There's no way. Let's see.
Right here!
Gosh, this is such a cute zone. Wait a minute. Hi. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. Mio Vlogs here. I'm Noelle with Mio Vlogs. I have just made it to Mualani's house. As you guys know, Mualani has been in collaboration with us on a secret project that got leaked recently by the fans. No, it's not that. I can't do that joke. Swimsuits by Mualani. We are testing out actually today the swimsuit in her hometown. Take a good look. Very lovely here. Lots of sun, lots of water to be testing out the swimsuits. So thank you all so much. I'm so excited to release swimsuits by Mio and Mualani. Oh my god. I will be back in a moment. Thank you guys so much. Bye. The volcano showing up. Why does it fit so well? Okay, so we got one picture. They should have given us a new costume.
So, what do you think? Can you feel the warmth relax every muscle in your body?
Yeah, it's so nice. The steam is warm too.
The first
Paimon's
time I
hair
came to
is
the
really
hot
cute.
springs,
The
there
two
was
little
no
pigtails.
calming effect whatsoever. I was such a little ball of energy. The moment my parents looked away, I ran off to the high temperature pools. It was actually pretty funny looking back on it. They were absolutely frantic, looking for me all over, until finally they saw my head slowly poke out from under the water. I was too young to remember the whole ordeal, but my parents told me all about it. A natural-born swimmer, my mother called
Mulani
me.
is like really a
Just
cool
like
girl.
her,
Like
I
she's
taught
really a
myself how to
cool
dive
girl.
underwater
Like
the first time
I like
ever
hanging
went
out with
swimming.
Mulani.
So feel free to go for a swim. I'll be right here if you need rescuing.
Okay, here goes nothing.
Auntie Atea, you really came to check on us?
Of course.
No, because
And
that
I'm
costume would
glad you
really eat.
listened.
I would love to wear
I
that
brought
in
you all some milk
Natland.
and snacks as well. I'll just leave them here. The temperature in the artificial springs isn't too high, so I went with Saurus crackers and grain fruit chips. See how you like them.
Oh,
I want some.
you.
Thank you.
These are great.
Well, I did make them myself. Very few young people know how to truly appreciate hot springs, so listen carefully. The temperature of the hot spring not only determines the type of snacks you should choose, but also the amount of time you should spend in the water. To
Oh.
bathe in a hot spring is to completely empty your mind. As such, swimming around the pool is incredibly disruptive and impolite.
Uh-oh.
Something you should absolutely not learn from Mualani.
Oh,
Hey.
you got set up.
All right.
Paimon.
Looks like you were able to adapt to the
Paimon got
temperature,
set
no
up.
problem. You should be able to switch to the natural springs then. Well, I've got to get going. Oh, and make sure you drink your milk. I'm looking at you, Mualani. I still
Milk in the
remember
hot
how you
springs
used to
sounds
pour it into
really
the water when
wild.
you were little. That better not happen again, whether I'm here to catch you or not.
Yeah, they're drinking milk in the hot
Okay,
spring.
okay.
I'll do it.
Paimon didn't think
When in
you would
Rome, you
take
know,
to do
I'm not
something
from
like that.
here. They're trying to give me the authentic experience, so I'm gonna
remember
do
thinking
it. But
I'd
I'm
totally get away
from
with it
first
too.
glance, I'm like, I
But
don't know
turns
about
out
milk.
is pretty easy to spot when you pour it into clear water. Not my best work.
They, Mualani has been pouring
Some
milk
people
in the
get
spring.
dizzy if they stay in here too long. You guys all right?
I'm fine, just a bit stuffed.
Yeah, the milk was really wild, but you know, I love learning.
Looks like you two are naturals. Oh, by the way, I have to leave you on your own for a little while this afternoon. I'm gonna help the others fix up that abandoned spring. And I certainly don't trust their aesthetic
She's trying her
tastes.
best.
Who knows what will become of the place if I leave them unattended. In exchange, though, I can recommend a couple of shops that are worth a visit. Huh?
Yeah, let's help.
Yeah, she brought us snacks and taught us about the hot springs. We want to do our part too. Friends are supposed to help each other out. We'd feel bad otherwise.
Well then, the more the... Alright, we should get going. Let's work...
Okay, we're gonna help Atea. We're gonna help Atea's fam, I guess, friends. Hi. Make that spring.
Right here.
There's a lot of springs around here, huh? Is there any teleports I'm missing? No. Won't be able to make it to tomorrow's stream. Going to school football game with friends. Hey, have fun though. Football games are always fun if they have food. I actually really love going to see like sports games. Don't I sound like such a gay person? I love seeing sports games, but I do like going to see sports games if there's snacks.
Mualani! Wait, you brought our guests too?
We
But you're important guests. We can't put you to work.
We want to help.
All right. Stop trying to out-polite each other, would you? The sooner we get this party started, the sooner we get to it. Now, where to start? Looks like the water outlet is blocked pretty bad. We'll need to dig under it.
Oh, you can
Ooh,
teleport
those
with that
boxes in the
reputation
corner need to be
icon?
thrown out as well. Also, someone needs to go out and get some cloth, wood, and decorations.